Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief.
Oh, yeah, baby. Heaven on earth right there. Heaven on earth. Sometimes I be flexing on y'all with that wood. Look at that, boy. Actually, that ain't much of a flex. Yesterday was payday, so that's just my gas for the week. What's up, guys? Just came out of my house, and I don't know what the wife has my AC on, but I saw two penguins fornicating in the hallway. And then I come outside and it's like hotter than a meth pipe on payday. So, and it ain't even like hot out yet. I'm still sitting here in the car in the shade. Cause y'all know this shitbox ain't got good AC. So I be having to ride with the windows down, which I prefer to actually ride with the windows down. Until it gets like that really hot point of the day. Then I'm like, hell no, roll them up, turn the AC on. Damn, it was cold in the house. So hell, what do we want to talk about today? Do we want to talk about bass is bass? Because I hear that a lot. I see people saying that in a lot of groups. Bass is bass. No, guys. We have mid bass, you know, which is like 40 hertz and above. And we have low mid bass, which is, you know, that 30 hertz to 40, I guess, you know. And we got bass. Now, bass is around that 20 to 30 hertz range. And then we got dim lows. And that's exactly how you spell it, too. D-E-M-L-O-W-S. Dim lows. No, I don't know, guys. I see people say that a lot. Damn, I'm talking like English is my third language over here. But, I don't know. Bass ain't bass. I mean, you have different kinds of bass, but I guess at the end of the day, whatever you have for bass, that's bass if it makes you happy. And that's what it's all about. I've done videos on this before, you know. Be happy with what you have, but don't be a dick to everybody because they don't run what you run. Or they might have a cheaper brand than you have. I mean, hell, we got like Hank Voltic out here running some damn infinite baffle 24s doing like low 70s. Like, what the hell? How does that even work? I'm gonna have to talk to that dude one day. I'm gonna have to like hit that dude up and be like, how the hell? I don't know. I mean, that one, that surprised me when I saw it. That was awesome. But now it's got me like rethinking my whole life and career and like, you know, to the point where I'm just like, I was only doing a 64 with a 6-storer. Maybe I should have just built a wall and threw the subs in it with no enclosure and went for it, you know. And he's playing lows. I mean, he's playing lows on that infinite baffle. That's crazy. I think he's got some alien technology up in there. Like, I think he got a hold of the creators of the Funky Pup. Or maybe he had Funky Pup make him them 24s. That's what it is. I don't care what the dust cap on them says, them Funky Pups. For those of you that don't know the legend of the Funky Pup, I feel sorry for you guys. But in the earlier part of the 2000s, that was, you know, that was the whole thing, was the Funky Pups. It was funny. They got a toroidal coil in them, 0 ohms. They got everything going on. I'm just sitting in my car this morning spewing off whatever, you know. Cause it's really hard. I want to touch on the subject more about don't be a dick in car audio, but I've already done a few videos on it, man, and people are going to do what they want to do. I want everybody to be happy with this hobby, you know. I want to be able to go to shows and have a blast, and for the most part, when I go to shows, it's a blast, you know. I mean, if a car's over there pounding, giving nasty demos, and they're running Rockville, it ain't like people don't want a demo from the car, but it's like some of them people, when they get home and get on the internet on their keyboard, and they're just like, your system's garbage because you run Rockville. I mean, after EXO and everybody did the videos in Rockville themselves, I probably never would run Rockville subs, but hell, if I was on a super tight budget, I'd grab one of them little amps, you know. I mean, I don't care if it's a 3K labeled as an 8K. As long as I get 3K out of it, I'm golden. Especially for $149. You ain't gonna beat it. I don't know if that's actually what they cost, but like, they're cheap as hell. But at the end of the day, I mean, if you got a good pounding system, nobody should care. But they do. Lord knows they do. Which, you know, honestly, it's really cool that I've never caught any slack, because when I started running G2, they wasn't a bigger brand. They're still not a bigger brand, you know. It's still one of the smaller brands, but nobody's really been like, G2, I ain't getting a demo in that, you know, or really talk much smack online. But I don't know. It's like, if you run Skar, they're gonna talk shit. If you run Sundown, they're gonna talk shit, because everybody runs Sundown. Which is why I don't run Sundown, because everybody else runs it. Do I like Sundown? Yeah, absolutely. I've met the Jacob dude that's the owner, and he was cool. But God, they just have like such a cult following that I feel like I'd be drinking the Kool-Aid, you know. I love Sundown. I used to like FI. I'm just not a fan of them Neos. But hell, if you got to build with them that's doing awesome, great. Like my wife's daily driver's got some of the ferrite FIs in it, and them things be beating good, so I ain't got no problem with them. Def Bunch, that's another company I really like. I don't know why I don't run Def Bunch. I think they hit a point where their stuff was like really awesome, and then the 3-inch coil sub, they just kind of like underbuilt it when they released the 3.5 and the 4.5 inch coil. I think they just kind of was like, screw that 3-inch sub, we ain't even paying it no attention. Like, build it down from what it was. I feel like that's what they did. I'm not saying that's what they did, but I feel like that's what they did. And I like 3-inch coil subs. I love that mix of efficiency, power handling, the fact that you get more spider, you know, because I mean, on good subs, really the most common spider size is like a 10-inch spider. So when you jump into that, you know, you got a 3-inch hole in the middle of a 10-inch spider, good, you got a lot of spider there. But once you throw a 4-inch hole in it, or God forbid a 4.5-inch hole, you know, you lose spider, you lose X-Max. I'm an X-Max person. I really like subs that have quite a bit of X-Max to them. Which for some odd reason, my Prides was supposed to have more X-Max than my G2s, but they didn't play nearly as low as my G2s. I still don't understand that one. And I've studied sub specs to an extent, you know, and there's like a whole lot of things going on there that I don't understand. Because when you compare the Pride to the G2, it's like one sub's like a big monster and the other one's just kind of like, you know, kind of like that little guy in Game of Thrones standing next to the mountain, you know. The little elf guy. Or not elf, the half man as they called him. God, that dude was funny. But anyway, yeah. It's like, you know, you had the mountain with this little dwarf standing beside him. That's kind of like the Pride with the G2. And the G2 just plays so damn low. Made me want to throw the Prides in the trash. I mean, I sold them, but it made me want to throw them in the trash. But I don't know, guys. You never know what you're going to get subwoofer wise. I mean, people are going to bash on you no matter what you run, pretty much. I mean, it don't matter what you run, you're going to get bashed on. If you run Sundown, the skar guy is going to bash on you. If you run skar, pretty much everybody's going to bash on you. But you get like a small sub like this G2 Genesis that murdered the lows. And I mean, nobody really bashed on me when I ran the Prides, because I was one of the first, not the first, but one of the first people to run them, and people were curious about them. Okay, seeing Steve Mead stand on it while I was playing. They were a well-built sub, I will give them that. Would I ever outright buy Prides again? Hell no. Because, you know, I really like the Prides, and I hadn't experienced, you know, that life under 20 hertz, really. You know, I hadn't experienced that. But what you run into is Pride, they don't really sell recones. They want you to send the subwoofer back to them in Russia, mind you, in Russia. They want you to send the sub to them in Russia to have it rebuilt. And that's why a lot of people that you've seen like recently, Casey Kopanak, break out with a big Pride build, and then it just went away and they put some Sundowns up in there. So it's all cool, you know. I messaged him and I'm like, what's up with the Prides? And he's like, well, maybe down the road they're going to get recones, and which he didn't blow the subs, but I think a lot of people thought I was talking shit when I'm like, you can't get recones, you got to send them in. And then come to find out, you know, these guys that were going to be Pride dealers, they kind of did their research and they're like, damn, you can't get recones, so what good is having a Pride sub if you can't get recones for it? And then they kind of like, you know, you saw them kind of dip away from the whole Pride thing. That's what happens. It is. They were good subs, but you can't get recone. Like Skar, you can't get recone. But they're so cheap. I mean, why would you spend $250 to recone a $300 sub? It's kind of like the American base XFL. You know, it's a $200 sub and recones are like 150 bucks. By the time you throw labor and CA glue and E6000 into the equation, you could have just bought a new sub. They're kind of disposable at that point. I don't know. I'm rambling on today. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I just keep jumping around from subject to subject, but I don't know. I felt like making a video today. I really need to go up the road to the store and get my coffee and go to another store and get some breakfast and then go to work. And today I got a tattoo around a kneecap. That's going to be fun. I'm not even looking forward to that at all. Not at all. Because I know it's going to be painful and she might not dig this at all. You know, the pain part of it. And it's just a pain in the butt area to tattoo. But I wanted to jump out here and talk about subs this morning, guys. So what is like your favorite brand of subs? Now, I already know half of you guys are going to throw down Skar and Sundown. That's going to eat up 90% of the comments. But what are the rest of you guys liking out there or bumping on? Or what are some brands that are like, you know, low-key that nobody really knows about that just impress the hell out of you? That's what I want to know about. And I want, you know, the people on here that read the comments to be like, I've been curious about that subwoofer, you know. It's like Avatar, which is Def Bonch's under, it's the low-key company, I guess you'd call it, their budget company. Which I used to think Def Bonch was made in Russia, but their subs and shit are all made in China. So Avatar is pretty much the same thing, just different color, I think. But that's a subwoofer that I was really curious about. I almost wanted them at one point. And then I found out they're just like, meh. They're not good, they're not bad, they're just kind of middle of the road. But I want to hear about some like brands that aren't stupid popular. Like I got a teammate that just got some Audio Ace, you know. I've kind of heard the name thrown around a little bit, but I ain't seen nothing out of them. So I'm curious on that. Like that's kind of stuff I want to know about. So drop some comments. Hell, like some of my videos, guys. I'm getting a lot of views, but no likes. I don't know. I mean, I got a couple followers on here. I broke 7,000. Thank you, guys. Thank you for that. You know, the video with spraying the Jeep just kind of like blew up. That video did way better than I thought it would. And now I know everybody's waiting on me to throw wood in that thing, which we're getting there, guys. I mean, you got to do things slow and try to do it right. And I do things right because I do it twice, because I screw up the first time. But anyway, guys, thank y'all for watching this. I'm eager to see them comments. Peace out, guys. Based on.